alarms and barking dogs makes me wonder why the city's waking, the city never sleeps, and I would like to rest a little while. Yeah, I would like to get some peace of mind, to turn it all around. And we're all getting older, she says it doesn't matter. She strokes her cheek when she lies. An old man on the corner says they're coming back to get him soon. Maybe we know something he doesn't know. And I would like to get some peace of mind, to turn it all around. And you know that we've heard it all before in many ways. Yeah, you know we've heard it all before in many ways. You work all week, then drink yourself into oblivion to make you wonder why this city's sleeping, the city'll never wake, and I would like to see you away sometimes. Yeah, I would like to get some peace of mind and turn it all around. It needs something to change. It needs something to change. Yeah, you know we've heard it all before in many ways. Don't you know that we've heard it all before in many ways?
Oh, hi. Welcome back. Habitual Hot Rods and Hobbies. I'm Smitty. Yeah, everything needs worked on. But I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. I don't know if it's bad news, it's just life news. That kind of stuff always seems to be coming up. So I'm going to make a playlist, I think, called Smitty's Gearhead Journal. And what I think it'll be is there's just times where I think I'm going to use my channel as a place just to journal out what's going on, to talk about things. And, a lot of people say you should just build in silence, not talk about anything. But I think there's certain times where just going and talking about stuff kind of helps a guy out and kind of gives you maybe an idea and some hopes of different things down the road. And I might kind of need some of that right now. So yeah, I'll just kind of go through. It's gonna be like a project updates. It'll be, kind of like my penny for your thoughts stuff I used to do back in the day, where I'm just down here at the shop and I just kind of want to run, ideas and theories, and basically I'm just gonna have a conversation with my buddies here on my channel. So I think it'd be something kind of fun. I guess maybe it's a vlog if you want to call it that. It's not gonna be very often. I'm just kind of doing this one because it's been about a month or so. I haven't really put nothing up. So, you know, yeah, everything's needing work. It's a never ending thing. But sometimes it's hard to want to make yourself go do the work. You can't let the bad days win. I've always kind of wanted to be somebody that's a pusher for positive mental strategies on this channel, and I think it's something that we'll kind of break into here. Um, a little bit. But first off, let's go over some of the easier things. Uh, Metal coffin here. Plans for it have kind of changed. On an up note of things I've heard, Sturgis Dragway is supposed to be opening up, and now it's being called Thunder Road Raceway, I believe. The guy that owned it has kind of leased it out to another company slash bunch of individuals. There's a club down there that's all made up of Mustang guys that do a rally races. And I've heard they've dropped like 40 large into a new timing system and into, your lights and Christmas trees and the track itself. And I seen on Facebook the other day that they had a bunch of people down volunteering, cleaning up the track. It's been on Facebook that, yeah, it's going to open back up now. Talked to a good friend of mine that races down there quite a bit. Him and his family are huge supporters of the place, and he told me, yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a go. So, with that being said, with this, what do I do with this? I was going to make this a street legal pro street car, but now my track's back up and operational. So, I don't think that at this point I'm going to really do a whole lot more to it. I think this year, with everything going on, my plans are going to be just to race it. I'm gonna have to put belts in it and a bunch of other stuff and get it kind of prep, primed, and ready to race. But this car has been kind of sitting here. I got new slicks on it, new front runners. I've went through a lot of the car and gotten it ready for race seasons a couple years ago, so it shouldn't take a whole lot to get this car back on the track. And that's going to be something that I'm going to be looking forward to huge. And that's why I bring it up. There's these things like this in life that sometimes a guy's got to, you got to hold on to it. I hope I don't jinx it by putting it out loud to the world, but man, I would love to get back into racing up there. It's a beautiful town. It's got a bunch of cool people. So yeah. So plans for this, like I said, are basically to get it ready, and I want to shoot for the tens. That would be anything probably like high sixes with this car. I haven't decided on the motor yet if I'm still going to yank it or if I think I can get to where I'm at with this one. The problem I have is my other motor, I think, is almost too much power, and it's going to have me have to go through chassis verification unless I put throttle stops and stuff on it. This one's going to be hard to get me into my 10s. It's ran a 730, but I mean, it was with bad headwinds. It was hot out. I think maybe with just really good weather and some tuning, might be able to knock on that door. So, uh, yeah, but I'm super happy about that. I think that's going to be really awesome. And yeah, it's like I say, you got to kind of sometimes take the little wins, that life gives you. So that's really awesome. Uh, as you can see over here, the cars I've got sitting over here are both sitting there with their hoods up. Yeah, so both of these cars are sitting here with their hoods up. This car, you would not believe what happened to it. I parked this underneath the lift over there, and it drains the battery because it's got a clock and some things that run inside. So I undid the battery cable, help keep the battery up, kind of a normal thing. I wanted to take my Camaro, which is over here. This is my 2010 Camaro. If you haven't seen it or met it yet, I call this the Pro Tour. It's a 2010 Camaro. It's got less than 20,000 miles on it. More than that here in just a second. I'll finish with this. Took the battery cables off, right? Went to go get it, took the cover off it, and when I went to pull the hood latch, the hood would not open. And I mean, it wouldn't even pop the actuator here on the hood. I had some help come over and tap on it and push on it while I was trying it and trying it and trying it. And I actually tried it to the point where eventually, bang, pulled the knob right off of the cable. I think I might have it over here. Not that you guys really need to see it, probably. But if you want to, here it is. Yeah. Busted that baby right off of there. So yeah, hood. Don't have a hood. Don't have the hood latch. It's kind of a mess. So yeah, I'm pulling and yanking on that. It breaks. I actually had to take the mechanism out because I couldn't get my hand up on the top. And really all you kind of need to do is, I mean, basically what it does is it pulls this lever like this when you open it. That allows this to come forward and release. And then when you push down on everything, the hood comes down, kabang. And then it's supposed to lock in this little area here. I'm almost kind of wondering, though, with this, if it didn't actually go past like that. And then when I open it, you can't hardly. Like, it's very hard to get it past that. So I might have to do some... I'll have to do some modifications or maybe tinkering around with this a little bit because I don't know. I've cleaned it up a little bit. I don't really think there's nothing too much wrong with it. But go back to Quit Your Bitchin' Camaro video. I soldered on some pieces of aluminum onto my radiator and I got it kind of hot with a torch. And here's the cable. This cable kind of looks like it might have had something that got hot on it. And I mean, it's frozen there. So, yeah, long story short is I have a new cable coming. It's going to be a pain in the ass. I got to take part of the dash apart, my kick panel, and the carpet. door seal, some of that stuff over there. But yeah, we'll get that back in there. It's not like a huge thing, but it's just kind of those things that makes it hard. You know, you come down here, you put all this time and money into it. I had it running and going, and you can't even open the hood. You know, what a bummer. Um, it did fire up though, and after I got the hood open, I bungee corded it down, and I cruised around town. And this car is awesome. This car is going to be so much fun. Um, there's going to be some car shows, and on another up note, there's a local guy here that's going to start kind of a cars and coffee, probably this spring. It's part of the organization that's in Bowman, North Dakota, I think. I think his dad kind of runs that operation over there, and they're a bunch of great guys. And Prairie Rose Classic has their own car club here called Classic Cruisers, and I've kind of been a part of them. I mean, it doesn't hurt to be part of more than one club, I don't think. So he's getting with our bank so that we'll have a place to park. And I mean, there might be a cars and coffee. And when I heard that, man, I just kind of brought music to my ears because we did that kind of right around the COVID thing. I think we tried to get out and just, you were distance, but you're out driving around having fun. And, it got to where pretty soon it used to be 10, 12 cars just show up and then 5 cars, and people got stuff going on. But just to be able to have that as an option again, I think is going to be kind of neat. It's cool to go out and cruise your car and stuff. And this thing is, like I said, it's just going to be a blast. It runs awesome. I mean, it's going to kill me in tires. This thing just eats tires. I mean, still got some plans on doing a really good drive with this car. We've only got kind of little tidbits and stuff. It's just things I need to get going on. But yeah, so that was my first thing, and I finally got it pushed out of the way, down, got it open. Get into my Camaro over here, Pro Tour. That thing has not had, it's had the original battery in it since when I owned it. It's a 2010. It's been 15 years that the original battery has been in the car. I've never had to charge it. It has sat all winter long, and I go out in the spring and it just cranks up and goes. And last year it finally died on me. So I had to put in, like a die-hard battery in it. And of course it's dead. It's in the trunk, so when the battery's dead, you have to climb through the back seat and open up the little, I got stolen by a mob boss, panic handle, pull that baby up so you can get into the back. And I put some jumper cables on it while I was running around here in the Evil Pumpkin. And I got back and it barely kind of started. I got it off the lift, checked tire pressures and stuff, and I had it sitting outside just idling while I was kind of messing with this, and brought it back in the shop. And when I went back out there, it was dead. It wasn't running. Power reduced, it says on the dash. Power reduced my ass. Like it doesn't have any. It dies. I went down and I thought maybe the battery just didn't have enough juice to keep the ECM up or something. So I went to my son's game and basketball game, came back, and the thing fired right up. But it had an engine light on. So I drove it around town a little bit and stuff. And I needed to make like a 500-mile round trip with it. And so the next day I just jumped in it, took off down the road. And everything was going fine. And about 150 miles into my 250-mile journey, I was getting ready to go up a mountain pass, basically. And car just shut off doing 85 mile an hour down the interstate. Just power reduced again, it says. Pulled into a approach or kind of an exit there. Now I'm getting freaked out because it ain't wanting to restart. And I kind of just let it sit. And I thought, well, it kind of did last time. So I refired it up and made it into Billings and kind of drove it around through Billings in town. Terrible anxiety because you never know when this thing's just going to shut off. It's got less than 20,000 miles on it. But as I was sitting at Olive Garden eating, I went through my phone and kind of looked up the codes and whatnot. And it's saying that it could be kind of like my mass airflow sensor could be a problem. Take your throttle body basically, or your air intake. I mean, I have to take my cover off, take the other thing off. It said to clean everything real good, maybe unplug my mass airflow sensor, plug it back in. It's that or a throttle position sensor. There's something else I can't remember, or it could be grounding battery issues, which that's kind of the thing I changed. So is that what it could be? I don't know. Are we chasing an electrical problem with that? I should have got me a. I'm gonna have to get me one of those code scanners so I can see what code it's throwing and stuff and look them up. And it's the way of the new world. It's kind of why this is almost simpler for me, I think. So yeah, I'll probably be doing that later on today. But you know, with everything that's been going on with my life, getting down here to the shop just kind of seems like it was kind of worthless, pointless. My channel, I felt kind of bad about, but I don't feel like it was a success, and all this stuff. I've got a lot of things going on. At noon today, I've got to go do a. I'm going to do an inspection on my property. I'm hoping to close on that here March 12th. And that's something to kind of look forward to. I mean, I was kind of excited about it, but now it's kind of, I don't know. All the little things, it's like, I think I'm kind of going into a little bit of a depressive episode, I guess maybe you could call it, which I wouldn't expect not to be because, I mean, let's face it, it's 20 years of a relationship that I might be getting out of. And I mean, so you would expect to have some form of, depression, anxiety. I mean, it's a big change in my life. It's a big change in the family's life. But so I kind of looked around on YouTube, was looking at a guy, and I think it's called anhedonia. I'm not a therapist. I don't get in, to see a therapist very often, but I have managed depression and anxiety and stuff most of my life, and I think it's a lot bigger thing than it's finally kind of starting to get the attention I think it deserves. It's kind of where I fly, though. I'm kind of this guy that's down. Most people kind of seem like they're here. I feel like I'm more like in here. So I wouldn't say it's comfortable territory for me, but it's definitely been a place that I've been before. I know kind of what it's like. And, if there's other people going on, having the same things going on, and you just kind of, you don't take as much joy in the things that you did. You might come down here and work around, and what just used to give you so much pleasure and happiness just might be kind of gone. It doesn't. You're still doing it, but it doesn't feel the same. Your food might not taste the same. You know, Basically, what you're not getting is you're not getting dopamine hits like you used to. And like I said, I've always kind of flown down below, I think, the normal. I'm kind of a melancholy person. Always kind of have been. It's just who I am. So, with that in mind, I've noticed some things that I've got to do and that other people got to do, or else it can be kind of almost debilitating. And what I'm going to say, past getting past all the big jargon and the research of the synapses in your brains and all that stuff is it's habitual action. And that's why I named my channel Habitual, because that takes care of like 90% of these issues. Um, what you have to do, at least for me, is you got to keep doing the thing. It might not give you the same benefits as it did before, but you you're building a bank for later. It might not be something that you enjoy right at this moment, but down the road you're going to be glad that you did it. And really, if you don't, what's your other option? Your other option, and what can be really bad is when this kind of takes effect of you, you don't feel like getting out of bed. You don't feel like working. You don't feel like exercising. You don't want to take care of yourself. And although we all need maybe a little reprieve or a little time to, I mean, you've got to experience what you're experiencing. There's no way about it. But if you get into the mindset of, well, everything just sucks, why do anything, you're going to keep yourself in that. You're going to make that situation worse. You don't feel good about yourself, quit brushing your teeth, quit combing your hair, quit taking showers, quit working. Those are all things that's going to negatively impact your image of yourself and what you're going through. And it's just going to make it harder. So you need to keep doing the things you love, even if they don't give you the same uh, benefit as they used to. And a lot of people, I think, and I used to do this maybe a little bit to a degree. I'm kind of an adrenaline junkie, and because you're not getting dopamine, maybe you'll have these you'll have these wants or desires to do weird things. Go on huge shopping sprees, go on a vacation. Have these jump out of an airplane or whatever. You're trying to do something external to make this go away, and I'm going to tell you that usually doesn't work. Um, you can't get out of a relationship and go to Vegas and gamble a bunch of money and get you some escorts and think that that's going to fix it, because it's just, you've got to deal with what's at hand with what you're going through. Uh, None of that other external stuff, it might give you like a little bit, but your value stuff that you do every day that makes you who you are is what you want to kind of keep at, and keep on your hobbies, keep doing all the hard things in your life that you need to do to be a better person, and you just got to ride it out, man. I mean, that's all you can do. I went down here for the Camaro. I mean, I've been down here kind of working on the front end stuff, and I didn't even video any of it or anything because it just didn't. I didn't have no feeling for it. It just was like, this, why? What am I doing? But I came down to do it because it's what I need to do. Because to get the card, it's all part of it. It's all going to come together at the end. And I'm already starting from like 2 weeks ago when I did that. I'm already seeing like an upside to that day. I did some body work on my valance on the bottom, and I haven't done body work in forever. And I went and got me a body toolkit, hammers and dollies and stuff. And I sat and worked on a piece of metal. And the time I was just like, it's stupid. I can't believe people have to sit around. Nobody wants to watch this and whatever. And that all might be true, but I think I found ways around that you just got to live your life, man, and get your small wins and be happy. It seems like it's impossible sometimes, but it's just it's things you got to do. Well, you know what this is? This is that Harbor Freight workstation that I bought. Oh, it's been a month now. Thought this would be a great little place for it. And it's been sitting in a box for probably about a month, like I said, waiting to be built. And I don't know, it was like a 20-degree, almost below day. It was really cold when I put it together. And I was in here, had my little heater going, kind of got started on it late. My dad was in here and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, I'm putting this together. It's got to get done. Well, son, you can do it anytime. And I could have. And, I took it out and was putting it together, and all the thoughts of all the things about that day and them times started kind of running through my head. And I just realized that I needed to do it to do it. It was kind of therapeutic for me. Didn't feel great. I wasn't having a great experience at all. It sucked. It wasn't. It was kind of a soulful, mournful thing I had to do to put this together. It was that big fight with my family, and it was the day that I realized that my life has changed to a point where I needed I need to do some things for myself. There's things that I need to do that you know aren't going to be popular with a lot of people, but I had my parents were on and off again, divorced parents since I was like 5 years old. Man, I probably lived in 70 different places in my life, and one thing I want more than anything right now is to just have my own home in my own place. It's going to be very big for me, and that part of my life I don't think I'm ever going to give up again for anything. But yeah, man, I just wanted to kind of help other people. Like I said, they're having kind of the same thing. Sometimes it's just good to talk. If you got somebody that you trust that you can get out to, that's huge, man. To use that resource and take advantage of it. If you have to and you need to see a therapist, I'd say see a therapist. But what I do kind of know is that nobody's got all of this figured out up here. It's individual for all of us, so much so that it's very hard even for a therapist, I think, to figure out that your best way forward. Sometimes some really deep thinking and some learning on yourself as much as you can, I think, is just about as good a therapy as you're going to get. And so putting this together, getting it done, like I said, when I got done with it, it really didn't mean nothing. And I came in here kind of like it's sitting just like right now, and it looked magnificent. And I thought to myself, what is a workbench? A workbench is a thing that's here in this life to help you hold things up. It sits silently in this corner on standby, and it's always ready for you to come down and learn something on it, to create something on it, to take a couple of pieces of different things and make them into a functioning thing. You know, you are always got a place where you can come and create. You got a place that you can come and it'll just be there. It's a workbench. It's all it's designed to do. And I kept thinking about what my daughter kept saying when I had it in the back of the car and we were coming home, and they were kind of both harping on me, and they're like, "Do you really need a workbench? You have to get a workbench right now. I mean, what did that cost?" And I'm going to say probably to you guys, her, and anybody else, I think for everybody needs a workbench. Everybody needs a place have, where you can create things, where you'll have something that is sturdy, that's just there, that's just ready to help you, that doesn't ask questions. It just gives support, man. It gives support, and it allows you a place where you can do what you need to do to get you right, to get your project right. So, in my opinion, do I need this workbench? Was it worth it? It might have just been the best gift I've ever given to myself. It's about all I got, guys. I wish you health and happiness. And we'll keep going. But yeah, we're going to start a Smitty's Gearhead Journals.